There we go. Okay. Hello. Hi, everyone. Just make sure we're all up and running. Yep. Seems good. Thanks for following, Donzo. Okay, we're a little early. We'll wait till 3. It's only 1 minute to go, but we'll wait. How's everybody doing? Hold on, let me just... There we go, that might make it... hold on, actually, if I'm just moving my little monitor so that I can read the chat a bit better. That's good. If it doesn't fall over, that's a lot better there. Okay. Right, it's 3 o'clock. Let's get started. So, hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Create Ad Astra. We're doing a new series. It is, of course, Minecraft Monday, but we're starting a brand new game. I've got a brand new mod pack, entirely put together myself, a lot bigger than the previous mod pack. I'll tell you more about it as we get into it, but we are going to be starting a brand new game. There's lots of cool stuff for us to explore. I'm going to go straight in for the world creation now. And as we go, I'll tell you a little bit more about the mod pack and what you can expect to see. Okay, we're going to go for... I'm going to go for easy because that I always do. And we'll call the series... We'll call the world Create Ad Astra as well. Let's just have a quick look at the game rules. Ignore all of these. These are for... one of the mods that we've got. Scroll on down to here. So we want immediate respawn, sleep percentage 0, just in case we have other players on the server. Respawn location radius also 0. In fact, set that to 1 actually. No keep inventory. We're not doing that this time. We're gonna do this properly. I'm going to turn off losing items in mob explosions because that's very annoying. And we'll turn up the random tick speed to 10 so that our crops just grow a little bit faster. And we'll put a snow accumulation height up as well. That should be everything. So I'm going to go ahead and create the world now. How's the stream going, says DN4 Ellis? Not too bad. We've only just started, so who knows how it's going to turn out. But as the world's loading, let me tell you a little bit about the mod pack. So the mod pack is a custom-made pack that I have called Create Ad Astra. If you want to download the mod pack and play these mods for yourself, please join my Discord server. There's a link in my bio, and there's information there on how to get this mod pack set up so that you can play it for yourself. But it's quite a bit bigger than my previous mod pack, which had about 60 mods. This one currently has 85 mods. And as you can probably guess, the biggest 2 mods in the pack are Create and Ad Astra, as well as Farmer's Delight, various additions for all 3 of those. There's also the Starmute Labs mods, so Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape. We got sophisticated backpacks, we got Chisel and Bits, we've got Alex's mobs, we got lots and lots of cool stuff, so it should hopefully keep us a lot busier than the previous mod pack. Okay, we're starting in a mesa, I see. So one thing... Have I got my shaders on right now? Yes, I have. So the thing with the previous mod pack, and the reason that I've decided to start again with a new mod pack, is that I didn't really feel there was enough stuff in the old mod pack, you know? It kind of felt like we'd already done everything that there was to do with that particular mod pack. But with this mod pack, there's way more exciting stuff to do. Obviously, we've got Ad Astra, so we can go to space, we can go to the moon, we can go to Mars. We got the Create mod, so we can build all kinds of contraptions and machines. We got Alex's mobs, so there's all kinds of new animals. Look, there's emus right here. There's lots of really cool stuff, so it's going to be a lot, hopefully, there's going to be a lot more stuff for us to do than there was in the previous mod pack. Unsworth says, your world's beautiful, what is the seed? Let's have a look. We've only just started, so there's the seed. Quite a long one. But there you go. If you want it, write it down quick, or get a screenshot. It's gone. Bear in mind that I am also using Terralith, which overhauls the terrain generation, so none of this is... You won't see biomes like this in vanilla Minecraft. This is a Stony Peaks biome that we're in right now. But yeah, you won't find this in vanilla Minecraft. You'll need the Terralith mod for that. Thanks for following Tyler69 and Unsworth. Very kind of you both. There's some kind of huge bird / dragon thing up there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going to be safe to approach it. I'm going to keep my distance for now. If it is from Alex's mods, it will be in this book. It might be this thing. It looks like that. So that's a sunbird. If you have the Alex's mobs mod, you get an animal dictionary when you start a new world. So there's all information in there that we'll look at later. Where can you download the mods? Says Harry. The mods are all available in... Oh. What's the ASMR sound? A few people are saying that they can hear a sound in the background. I'm not sure what that is. It might just be the sound of my PC. But anyway, back to the question at hand. If you join my Discord server, there's a link in my bio where you can join the Discord, and all the information about the mod pack is in there. I mean, you could just put the mod pack together yourself. There's not really that many mods in it, but it'll be a lot easier if you just download the pack through my Discord. But there's nothing really complicated in there. I'm not like an expert mod pack maker or anything, you know, so there's nothing really too demanding. It keeps clicking. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm just doing... Oh, it is clicking. Why is it doing that? Okay. I've restarted split cam. Hopefully you can... There we go. There we go. That should have fixed the mic problem. I'm very sorry. I think maybe I knocked the cable or something out of place, so my mic started glitching out a bit there. I do apologise. But now that that's sorted, we'll dive back into the game. Again, my apologies. Just check that that's still working, yep. These things happen, you know. But hopefully it's working again now. Lewis said that's better. Good. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me all right now. What a great, perfect timing for that to happen right at the start of the stream, obviously. Love it when that happens. Okay. So I forgot to mention, but what for today's stream, my aim is going to be to get set up with some basic Create mod equipment. So we're going to get a mechanical press, mechanical mixer, a few encased fans so we can do smelting and stuff like that. There is obviously quite a lot of stuff in this mod pack. There's lots of different things for us to get round to eventually, but I think the best place to start is with the Create mod, because automating all of our production is going to make things a lot easier when it comes to the other mods. Let's get some iron. Can you show us the mod, says Cole? If you want to get the complete mod list, like I say, it is on the Minecraft channel in my Discord server. But there's not really too many mods in here. The main ones are Create, Ad Astra, Farmer's Delight, Alex's Mobs, Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, Sophisticated Backpacks, and just a few other bits and pieces. There's quite a lot of quality of life stuff, you know, all the usual Jade, just enough items, that sort of stuff. But there's really nothing too big in here. Like I say, I think the only two big mods are Create and Ad Astra. Okay, there we go. Let's get enough cobblestone for a furnace. Where did I put the crafting table? Up here. And let's get some iron smelting. So I'm not going to build my base here. I don't want to be wandering too far to find a place to build a base, because otherwise, you know, we're never going to get started. But just looking, this could be quite good. I think this, by the looks of it on the map, this looks like a crater. Like this brushland here looks like it's surrounded by this big wall of rocky peaks. So we can head over in that direction and have a look at that. That might be quite good. I want to try and avoid the Badlands if necessary, unless necessary. Sorry, because there's just not really that many resources there. Definitely. If we stay, I want to stay close-ish to the volcano, because then we can get a really, you know, a permanent source of lava. We don't need to worry about, you know, traveling too far to find lava. So yeah, I think this this area here is where we're going to head to and hopefully set up our base. God, regular furnaces are so slow. There's lots of iron around in this area, which is really useful, so we are going to start collecting that up before anything else. There we go. What made you go trans? Good question. If you want the long answer, see my pinned video at the top of my profile, because I have made a video specifically about that. But to give you the short answer, I came out about 4 years ago. It was a very long process. You know, I obviously didn't really realise when I was a kid. A lot of people do know from a very young age. I didn't. I didn't really figure it out until I was much older. But I always had quite a lot of feelings about myself that I didn't very much like. A lot of you know, body image issues and stuff like that, which is standard stuff when you're a teenager, which is why I didn't question it. You know, I just thought, you know, all teenagers are like that, and that is true to an extent. But I think there does come a point where you realize that that it's something more than that. Again, you know, I think pretty much every teenager at some point in their life, at some point in your teenage years, you will inevitably feel like, oh, I hate myself, I wish I had a different body, and etc, etc, etc. That's normal. That's normal. But when you grow up, when you become an adult, and those feelings are still there, that's when you start to wonder if there might be something more to it. And that's how it was for me. That's how I sort of started down the path of questioning myself in that way. Again, that was probably not the most satisfying answer, and I do have a video where I talk more in detail about that, because it's not, believe it or not a very easy question to just answer off the top of your head, you know. It's a very complicated question to answer, but by all means, you know, I'm not just saying it because I want my video to get more views. It is genuinely a video that I'm very passionate about, and it does answer the question in a lot more detail than I could give you here. So I do recommend checking out the video. But thank you for the question. Okay, I think we are about to have our first nightfall. Oh, shit. I fell. We are going to be spending our first night under the stars. There are no sheep around, so no bed. So we're going to be outdoors for the night. The good news is, though, this biome has tons of iron. It's everywhere, so at least we're going to have a good start on that front. Trans says, Holobert checked. Yes, I am. I am indeed. Thanks for following, Gabrielle, with an X. Interesting username. Thank you very much. Okay, it occurs to me that I don't have any food either, so we really need to try not to lose any health, because there's nothing to eat. Oh wow, look at the volcano over there. That's really cool. Like I say, if we can try and stay close to this volcano, then whenever we need lava, we can just pop over there and grab as much as we need. That looks insane. Maybe we should build a base there. Not a starting base, because it looks very inhospitable, but it'd be cool eventually to build a base. You know, kind of like Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar. For now, though, we'll stay over here where it's safe. And just keep collecting iron, basically. There's not much else to do until it gets light again, so... We've already got over a stack. We haven't even gone underground. Like, all of this is just out here in the open. We got quite lucky, to be honest, with our spawn. Thanks for following. I don't know what punctuation mark that is, but that's their entire username. But thank you for following. There's a bee up there as well, but I I have no idea where it's come from, because there's no trees about. Where are you from, Bee? How long have you been playing Minecraft for? Says Draydog the Explorer and Collector Guy. I first started playing Minecraft in 2013. I first got Minecraft shortly after the release of version 1.5, the Redstone update. So I'm not like an OG Minecraft player. I haven't been playing since the very beginning, but 2013, still a long time, like over 12 years of Minecraft. And it's definitely been, you know, a significant part of my life. It's definitely been, you know, one of those games that I've just played for so long and have such a connection to. Okay, a little bit more up there. Oh, there's more here. Oh, there's the Sunbird again, and a creeper! Sunbird, give me your flight powers. Thank you. So the Sunbird appears to give you a very temporary slow falling effect, which is very nice. I don't want to be in midair when it wears off, but that's pretty cool. Okay, we got over a stack and a half of iron right now. This is good, because you don't want to watch me just grind resources for the first 3 hours. You know, you want to see me actually get into some of the cool mod stuff. So hopefully, with all this iron, that'll give us a bit of a kickstart, and we can get straight to the modded stuff. Get straight to the interesting stuff. Which there is going to be plenty of. Like I say, we're going to focus on getting our create mod stuff set up. So mechanical press, mixer, deployer, sawmill, all that kind of stuff is going to be top priority. Actually, let me put this crafting table back down because I want to make a quick iron axe so we can gather some wood. And I think we've probably got enough iron now to be getting started with. We got over a stack and a half. We can always come back to this biome because there's literally just exposed iron ore all over the place here. Look, I mean, there's some here. So I feel like rather than trying to gather every single bit that we see right now, we'll just come back whenever we need iron. Because we're not going to be building our base too far away from here. Draydog says, I used to play it at school in a club, then I got bored, but I've recently got back into it. Cool, cool. I think it's definitely one of those games that you can just come back to. You can take like years and years away from it, but then one day you can just come back and get straight back into it. It's really great like that. Happy Monday, Saul says, look, it's Deck. Thank you very much, Deck. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to head now. I'm starving, by the way. We're going to head... There's no passive mobs in this area. There's no sheep. There's no cows. There's nothing we can get meat from. But I'm going to slowly hobble my way over to this crater here. This little wooded glade, which is where I think we're going to set up our base. And we'll see if there's anything over there that we can eat. Oh, that's perfect. Like, literally, just looking at that, that is absolutely perfect. That looks really cool. We are 100% building our base in that area. We've now got over 2 stacks of iron, so we'll make ourselves a full set of armor and tools once we get to somewhere where we're a little bit safer. I feel a little bit exposed out here right now, so... Let's actually get down into the glade first. But yeah, this is definitely the place. Look at this. This looks absolutely beautiful. Oh. I literally can't run. I cannot run. I'm too hungry to run, so please stop shooting at me, skeleton. Okay. Oh no, there's a zombie as well. I've got an axe. I can defend myself with an axe. Oh, there's a creeper as well. I can't defend myself from a creeper without running. Okay. This is, by the looks of it... Oh no, there's a forest fire! I really don't want all of this to get burned before we can build a cool base here. But I think it might. This is definitely where we're going to set up our base, though. It must be a pain going on a multi-server, says Draydog. I don't really play much multiplayer Minecraft. I will occasionally do a bit with my friends. You know, occasionally we'll set up a server for a couple of months or whatever until the fun dies down. But I don't really go on, like, public servers, like, you know, Hypixel and Mine, whatever. I don't even know the names of any multiplayer servers because I don't go on them. I usually just play by myself or with, like, my close friends. I'm not really a big fan of, like, public online servers. Okay, I think we've stopped the spread of fire. I don't think it'll be able to catch this tree on fire, so... although, maybe we'll take this tree down as well, just to be safe. Because I really don't want this entire area being burnt to the ground. I want to try and preserve it as much as we can. And in fact, once we got a bucket, we can collect that lava, and then it can't spread, you know? Oh, there's a waystone! Perfect. So we will set our... We'll set this waystone. We'll activate this waystone here. Zorkaired. And oh, that looks cool. So we got underground access for when we want to go mining. We've got a nice bit of space here to start building a little bit, and then there's plenty down there as well. I think this is going to be good. I think this is going to be a good place to get started. There's so much woodland around us. It would be nice to have like a nice flat open area without a load of trees about. But I don't think we're going to find anything like that. Everything is either covered in trees or too hilly or both. I think this will be okay for now. And we can always move on later if this place turns out to be a bust, you know? And finally it's starting to get light again, so we can have a look around for some food, which we need desperately. If I don't get food right now, I'm going to start starving. Do you have trans friends? Says Zara. Yes, I have a few friends who are trans, a few friends who are non-binary. They have definitely helped me a lot. I don't know what I would have done without them to, you know, essentially hold my hand through this whole journey. Because they have been out a lot longer than me. They have had a lot more experience of you know, living life day to day as an openly trans person. So I honestly, my friends have really helped me so much to, you know, make me feel comfortable and accept me. Big shout out to they're not watching because they're employed. but thank you. Thanks, everyone. Okay, I'm going to make a bucket so we can start collecting this lava. And as soon as we got enough, we're going to start making some tools and weapons as well. In fact, let's make a sword so we can start gathering some food. We are going to do farming as usual. There's plenty of crops because we got Farmer's Delight as well as various others. We got a mod called Fruit's Delight, which adds in loads of different fruit trees and stuff like that. We got Rustic Delight, which adds in some other stuff. We got Coffee Delight. We got lots and lots of mods that add in lots and lots of crops, so we'll do a lot of farming. We'll do plenty of animals as well, but crop farming, I think, is a lot easier in the short term rather than going out and finding the animals and bringing them back. It's going to be a lot easier to just start growing some veg, so we will definitely be doing that. Are you going to build a building to store all your boxes and stuff? Says Draydog. Yes, eventually we will build a few different buildings. I don't like to build one big building with all my stuff in. I like to build a little village, you know, with a warehouse and a smeltery and a library, you know, and all separate buildings for all the different stuff. So we're definitely going to do that. We will build a warehouse at some point, and we'll obviously build a machine hall for all of the create mod stuff. There are no animals as well. There's a sheep over there, but apart from that, there are no like edible animals in this entire area. I'm a little bit concerned that we might struggle to find food. Which again is why I'm hoping we can rely on crops, because they're going to hopefully be a bit easier to find. I mean, we can get wheat easily from seeds. Is that... Okay, I thought that might be a trial chamber. It's just terracotta. Not a trial chamber, a trail rune. I heard an eagle. I just heard an eagle. There's a sheep. Okay, sorry sheep. I am going to have to relieve you of your mutton. But even that, this is not going to be enough. Oh, we got an orange. Oh, this is an orange tree. Nice. Okay, food. We're saved. Okay, so this is one of the new trees from Fruit's Delight. Get ourselves some lovely oranges. That's better. We can run again now. Okay, I don't want to wander too far because we haven't set our spawn point yet. But I need to find at least 2 more blocks of wool so that we can make a bed. But there's just... I can't get over how little animal life there is. There's nothing. There's no sheep. Where are the sheep? Oh my god, there is a sheep down there. I don't know if you can see that. It's so far away, it's tiny, but there is a sheep over there. Okay. Let's get down there. And melons! Oh, thank god. Okay. Melons are gonna be our salvation. There's a Komodo dragon as well, that's cool. Hello. Oh, you're not aggressive, are you? Melons are definitely going to be helpful. We can farm those. Please don't tell me the sheep's gone. Please don't. I saw... There you go. Okay, we need one more. I can see some pigs as well, and cows, actually, so... Maybe, you know, we should have just wandered a little bit further in this direction. There's a capuchin monkey. There's leafcutter ants over there. This is the Alex's Mobs mod, by the way. It's such a cool mod. It adds in, like, 50 different animals that are all really cool. And you will see a lot of those animals about. Okay, pigs. Good. Food. Yeah, look at this. The leafcutter ants. I think these actually do break leaf blocks. Yeah, so they actually pick up the leaves and break the blocks as they go. I think if we leave them long enough, they'll just take all the leaves off of the trees in this area. Pretty cool. I'm not going to kill that sheep, because that pig, because it's got a babby, and I don't want to orphan the babby. I can see more sheep on the minimap, though. That's what we really need. Once we get a bed, that's it. We're golden. Then we don't have to worry about losing our spawn point and stuff like that. Get some cow as well, some beef. Okay, sheep. I see you on the map. You're somewhere here. There it is. That'll do. 3 wool. That's all we need to make a bed. Let's go home. On the way back, I'm going to collect some melons as well. I might get a couple of jungle trees as well, so that we can, you know, have that wood type available to us. There we are. Or not, because it didn't drop a sapling. And if we get some cocoa beans as well, then we can do chocolate. That still didn't drop a sapling. Why? Okay, we got a banana as well. Interesting. And coffee. Let's get some of that. 1k likes, says Ruben. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for liking the stream. Okay, I can't eat the coffee beans raw, but we can make coffee with them, which is good. Okay, we got a sapling, thank God. So now we can actually grow jungle trees as well. But just to be on the safe side, let's get another one. That'll do. What's this? Oh, that's the capuchin monkey again. Right, so let's head back to our clearing. Now that I look at it, though, this area might be better. This might be a better option. It's a lot more open. There's going to be a lot more space to do stuff. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Like I say, I don't want to waste too much time trying to find a nice place to build a base. I just want to get building straight away. We're already half an hour in, and I haven't placed a single block yet. But this area up here does look a lot more suitable. Because the thing is, one thing that I always do is I underestimate how much space we're going to need. And then inevitably, I will end up in a situation where, oh, I need to build this factory, but there's no room for it because I've chosen a space that doesn't have enough room to build stuff. So maybe this time we should think ahead and find a nice big open area where there's going to be absolutely no risk of us running out of build space. And also, it's still not too far away from this area, so we can always come back here to get, you know, to take advantage of the massive amounts of iron ore that just absolutely litter this area. It is absolutely everywhere here. So I don't want to go too far from this place, but also, you know, we can travel a bit further away. We can go a little bit further afield. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a bed. I'm going to spend the night, and then we're going to move to the north where that more open area is, and that's where we're going to set up our base. That's my final decision. That's how we're going to do it. Let's get it done. Build on an island, says Oscar. I think the thing is, building on an island will have the same problem, where we'll run out of space, and then we'll have to expand onto other islands and stuff like that. I think I'd rather just have somewhere where there's going to be plenty of space from the get-go, you know? Hold on, I just want to quickly grab a couple of dandelions, because I want to make my favourite colour bed, which is yellow. There we go. But yeah, definitely, as soon as we've slept, I want to get moving and get started on base building, because we've already wasted enough time. We're already half an hour in. I was expecting we'd have at least picked a location for our base by now, but we haven't even done that. So come on, let's chop, let's get a move on. Let's go to sleep, and then let's get moving. Okay. Oh, God, our inventory is it's completely full, so it's a good job we move in now and not later. Let's go. Let's just go. No looking back. Let's move on to pastures new. And the sooner we find somewhere to build the base, the sooner we can start building the base, and the sooner we can see all of the cool stuff in this mod pack. And go to space. I'm very excited about going to space. I was a huge fan of Galacticraft back in the day. Ad Astra is basically a modern remake of the Galacticraft mod, so I'm really excited to get into that stuff. Obviously, we won't be getting into that stuff today. That's going to be off in the distant future. But as long as we can get started with the create stuff today, I'll be satisfied. Okay. Trying to take as little fall damage as possible, because, again, we don't have much in the way of food. We do have plenty of meat, but it's all raw, and I don't want to waste it. I want to cook it so that we can actually get a decent amount of nutrition out of it. Melons are a good start, though. Okay, so we're going to head straight north, ever so slightly west, to that large area of brushland. We will have a bit of a problem with trees, but we can clear trees, you know. Trees aren't... we have got the tree harvester mod, so we can chop down trees pretty easily. Woo, that was close. So I'm not too bothered about there being trees everywhere. Actually, they're not proper trees. It's shrubland, so it's the little tiny trees. That's less of a problem then. There's an interesting little structure here that we can't actually loot right now because we have no inventory space. This looks good. This does look really good, actually. I can definitely see a base happening here. Maybe this slightly flatter part to the northwest. But so far, this immediately looks better. How do you afford a 1K PC on benefits, says Wazup. That's a hell of an assumption to make, Wazup. Do you have any evidence of that? I see an abandoned nether portal. That's quite interesting. Yeah, this definitely looks more like it. I can definitely picture us building something here. I just wish it was a little bit flatter. That's my only concern, but it's not a big thing really. It's fairly flat. I think this whole area here, this little sticky out area. You stream every day, so you can't work full time. I don't stream every day. And even if I did stream every day, I only stream for 3 hours a day. I don't sit in front of my computer streaming 24/7. What's up? And also, you're watching the stream right now, so do you not have a job? Are you on benefits? Since you can just, go ahead and assume that with no evidence whatsoever, then I can assume the same about you, right? I swear to God, people just show up to my streams and say the stupidest shit. Anyway, we're not here to argue. We're not here to start arguments today. I'm just here to have fun and play a game. So, right, we'll start here. We'll put our stuff down here. And most importantly, the bed, so we can set our spawn point. And we'll put the waystone here as well, so that we can fast travel here when we get other waystones set up. And then dump everything back in here. And now we can finally start to actually do stuff. We got settled in. I will start by getting some more smelting done. In fact, yeah, I'll whip up a smoker as well, and then we can cook our food too. Obviously, one of my top priorities is going to be to set up a automated smelter and all that kind of stuff, so we don't have to be constantly supplying it with coal. There we go. This looks good, though. I do think there's definitely a lot of potential here. It will need a bit of flattening, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We are also going to need andesite. If you haven't played the Create mod before, you need andesite for pretty much everything. So we are going to have to find a decent supply of andesite. Fortunately, with the Terralith mod as well, it adds in several places. It adds in several biomes that are very andesite rich. In fact, I think there might even be some up there on those peaks, so we can go and check that out. But as soon as we got andesite, we can start making shafts and cogwheels, and then we can start building all the usual Create machinery. It's going to be good. I do have big plans for this world. Obviously, it's going to take us a while to realise them, but got to start somewhere. There we go. We're definitely going to need a shovel as well. And let's go ahead and make another couple of pickaxes. There we are. What other food do we have? We got some pork chops as well. There we go. So, we're going to head up that hill. We're going to try and find a nice supply of andesite. You can actually build... This is andesite, by the way. We could mine this, but there's not really much there. It wouldn't really be worth it. You can farm andesite with the Create mod, because you can grind cobblestone to produce gravel, and then you can wash gravel to produce flint, and then you can combine flint, gravel, and superheated lava to make andesite. And we probably will do that at some point. We'll set up an automatic andesite generator. But for now, obviously, we need to get some andesite to start that anyway, so it's a good idea to just find a nice deposit of it and grab a few stacks. Do you vape, says Braden? I don't vape, Braden, no. Never have vaped, smoked, anything like that. Okay, there is a deposit of andesite here, so let's go ahead and start mining. Okay, I think 2 stacks will be a good start. Again, you need andesite for pretty much every recipe in the Create mod, so you will need a nearly constant supply of it. It's a very good idea to get an automatic andesite farm set up as soon as you can, and we will do that. But like I say, just getting enough to get started is the main thing right now. What you making, says Braden. Right now, we are gathering materials to make our basic Create machines. So that is the mechanical press, the mixer, sawmill, encased fans, deployer, all that kind of stuff. We will need some kelp as well. Luckily, we have picked a spot that's right near the sea, which works to our advantage because we can go there for kelp as well. You need kelp to make conveyor belts, which are another very important staple of the mod. Oh yeah, this is good. This is exactly what we needed. Plenty of andesite. Oh, whoops. I'm aware that it's getting dark, but we're very close to our base anyway, so... Well, if you can even call it a base, it's not really much of a base yet, but it will be. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between andesite and gravel, especially at night. You'll occasionally hear the sound of me hitting gravel, thinking that it's andesite. This is kind of hard to scale, this hill. Ow. Okay, we haven't quite got 2 stacks, but I think we got enough to get started, so let's just head home and get on with it. Ow. We got a bucket. Did I make that bucket, or did I find it? I don't know. I don't remember making it. I did make it, because we were going to bucket that lava, and then we decided to just move somewhere else. So... Okay, let's have a nice nap. And, oh, we're going to need... Well, we can use iron for now, but eventually we're going to need zinc as well. Another essential item if you are doing stuff with the Create mod. There we go. Okay, so we've whipped up some andesite alloy. Just make all of this back into ingots so it's easier to store. There we go. Okay, andesite alloy. This is the key ingredient for everything in the Create mod. We can now start setting up our first machines. And I think the absolute top priority is going to be a mechanical press. So let's do that. Let's get a hand crank. And let me... Oh, no, I don't need to check the recipe for a press. I know it. Because I play this mod way too much. We're going to need some andesite casing, which you make by putting andesite alloy on a stripped log. And then we combine it with these, and voila, we've got our mechanical press all ready. Let's make another one. We should set up an automatic casing machine as well, because you need andesite casing for quite a few recipes too. But this should be a good place to start. So here is our depot. There's the press. There's the hand crank. And if we stick ourselves an iron ingot on here now and turn this handle, we have produced an iron sheet. Ta-da! Let's go ahead and make a couple more of those. We will get a water wheel set up as well so that we can start power, so that we don't need to turn this hand crank all the time. But this is the very first step to the create mod. MTF says Dino Edits. Yes, indeed. Oh wait, have I got the... Ah, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and make an encased fan as well. In fact, let's make a few more andesite casings, because they will be very important later on. How do we make a fan? I think it's like this. Yes, it is indeed. Okay. Then we need a campfire. Bear with me. If you're not familiar with the Create mod, if you've never used the Create mod before, this all might seem a bit strange. You might not really have a clue what's going on, but bear with me. It will all make sense. So we're going to need a campfire, and then we'll need a few cogs as well. There we go. A few more shafts. And then a couple of water wheels. Or actually, just one water wheel will do for now. But a big one. There we go. And a bucket of water. We're not going to rely on water power all the time. I have got the diesel generators mod and the nuclear mod for Create, so we will eventually be building diesel generators and nuclear generators. But for now, the starting point of the Create mod is usually a good old-fashioned water wheel, and it's going to be no exception for us. Let's put our water wheel here. There we go. And that'll start turning straight away. It's not going to be very elegant at the minute. We're just going to get a very rough setup, but eventually, obviously, we will neaten things up. We'll get a whole factory built. But I am going to go ahead and bring the... I'll bring the press down here. And then it's automated, and then we can start making more iron sheets. We are going to need 4 encased fans. 1 for smelting, 1 for cooking, 1 for washing, and 1 for haunting. You'll understand what all of those things mean later on, but for the time being, it means we're going to need another 12 iron sheets. But if I put these down now, the press will work automatically. It's going to be very slow because we don't have enough rotational speed, but that will automatically press sheets for us while we go and do other stuff. So there's our first automation up and running. Okay, let me just dump some stuff in here. What do we need next? We need... well... we need kelp. I'm going to go ahead and grab some kelp now. We will eventually want to make our own kelp farm, because kelp is needed to make conveyor belts, which are a very important part of the Create mod. But for now, we can just grab some straight from the ocean. And we can also eat kelp as well. It's not very nutritious, but we can use it as a food source in an emergency. There's a blue whale there. I think it's a blue whale. Some kind of whale. Is that zinc? If that's zinc, we need that. There's a few different ores in this game now that we've got all the mods installed. So there will be zinc, silver, lead, uranium, lots of new ores. But zinc is definitely one of the most important ones in the early game because it is necessary for the create mod. Well, I say necessary, I think you could actually survive. I think you could actually play the create mod without ever mining a single block of zinc. The reason that we want zinc is because it can be used instead of iron in a lot of recipes, and obviously iron's a lot harder to find. So getting zinc early on is a good idea to not waste all your iron. Oh, there's a little pond down here. We could have had our water wheel down there in that little pond. Maybe we'll move it. What's pronouns? Says Sean. She, her. Thanks for asking, Sean. There we go. Oh, we're out of coal. Already out of coal. This is why I want to set up the encased fans, by the way, because it will enable us to do all of our smelting and cooking without using any coal whatsoever. So definitely worth setting up. What I'm going to do while we're waiting for that is I'm going to start clearing this area. Oh, flowers of the savannah. Oh, we got an acacia blossom. Cool. Okay, like I say, we are going to flatten this out a little bit as well, because we will be building a few big buildings in this area eventually. I think this is a good start, though. In fact, ooh, if we can find calcite, that's snow. Oh, Rocky Mountains, that's snow as well. I really want to find calcite because it's really, there's some really great calcite bricks that we can make. They look so cool. I want to use those for the floor. But I don't know where we're going to find any. If we can find a Yellowstone biome, we'll make a boat and we'll have a quick sail across the water and just see if we can find one of those biomes. They're fairly common. Did you see a Minecraft movie, says Sean? I haven't seen it yet, Sean, no. I've heard things about it. But I try not to judge any film until I've seen it for myself, so... I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, I've heard many things. I mean, say what you like about it, it's definitely being talked about. So, and, you know, being talked about, there's only one thing worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about. I forget who said that, but it's a famous quote. Okay, we got our first belts. Again, they're going to come in very handy. It's not dark enough to sleep yet. One minor criticism I have of the shader that I'm using the mellow shaders right now, which is a really great shader. It looks absolutely fantastic, but one minor criticism I have of it is it gets dark way earlier than it should. And, yeah, I don't like that. I wish you could adjust the daylight cycle just a bit. It's an incredibly minor thing, though. Let's not dwell on the negatives. What we should be doing is... Oh, these belts aren't stackable. Okay, let's go and see if we can find some calcite, first of all. Let's make that our current mission. There is marble as well, and we will be using marble because it goes very well with the calcite. In fact, I think that's marble right there. But marble only generates in very small amounts. We need quite a significant amount. You can see a couple more little patches over there. So calcite is going to be the better option if we can find a nice big deposit of it. I think those mountains there are where we started from. There's plenty of crude oil about as well, which we will be taking advantage of. I believe we need this for Ad Astra, for when we start building rockets and stuff like that. We need it for rocket fuel. I'm trying to steer clear of this ocean monument. I don't want to get mining fatigued. Okay. I'm really hoping there'll be a Yellowstone biome somewhere near this mesa, because they are similar climates. Is that an island, or is the terrain just not loaded yet? Because that's a really cool floating island, if it is. I think it is. That's a floating island. Nice. Do you class creative as cheating, says Draydog? Yeah, I think most people would class creative as cheating. That's not to say I haven't done it before. I mean, I've done it on stream before, when I've been particularly frustrated about trying to find a certain item. I've occasionally switched to creative just to cheat a little bit. I'm going to try and avoid doing that in this series. I want to try and do this as legit as possible, you know. That's a really cool looking biome over there as well. Maybe I should just get marble, because I don't want to be spending too much time trying to find calcite. It's just a shame. I was really hoping, because normally it's a very common biome. If you play with the Terralith mod, you'll probably know this, but Yellowstone biomes just spawn everywhere. So it's a shame that I can't find one right now. The floating island would be a great base spot. It would be pretty cool. It's just way too small, though. We'd never build the size of base that we're going to need for all of the modded stuff. Okay, I think this is calcite, so we might as well... No, we'll wait until we find the Yellowstone biome. What we should have done is made an explorer's compass, because then we could find the biome instantly. Maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure what to do for the best, really. Let's just head back to base, and not worry too much about building materials right now. There's a lot of other stuff that needs to be done first before we start worrying about building a nice looking base, you know? Are there 2 ocean monuments in this area? Right. I just want to say as well, ocean monuments, they're way too common. They are way too common for a structure that people never visit. No one ever goes there. They should not be as common as they are. Yeah, look, there's one there, and there's one right there. Look at how close together they are. You can just see the top of that one. And then there's another one right there. That's ridiculous. They're too common. They should not spawn as commonly as they do. Hopefully I'm not close enough to get mining fatigue. This looks really cool. Actually, I can imagine building a cliffside base. That'd be really cool. Like building a whole, you know, building a load of little buildings into the side of this cliff. I bet that'd look really great. For now, though, we're over an hour in, and we really haven't done much yet, so let's try and get down to business. Let's crack on. Really now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of dirt for now to fill in the hole that I was going to fill in with some lovely calcite bricks. We don't have time. We don't have time to be looking around for all this stuff right now. Let's just use dirt. So I'm just going to square this off. Oop. If I can place the blocks in the right place. There we are. There we go. So it's not perfect, but it's a start. We're going to start putting a few machines down in this little little hole. In fact, I'm getting distracted again, but I'm just going to go and grab a few birch trees because they are quite close, and I like birch wood. It's one of my favourite wood types in the game. This is... I don't want to fall into this trap, because I always fall into this trap when we play Minecraft, is that I spend too long trying to make things look good, and I don't spend enough time on getting things done. You know, like I say, we're over an hour into the stream, and we haven't really done much yet, because I've spent so much time trying to find the perfect place to build, and trying to find the perfect material to build with. And I really do want to get out of the habit of that. Obviously, it's nice to build beautiful looking stuff in Minecraft, but I think it's more important this time that we actually get stuff up and running. Especially because there's so much stuff that needs to be done for the Create mod and Add Astra and all these other cool mods that we've got. So I'm just going to gather some wood, we're going to head back to base, and that's it. We start building, we start getting to work. Oh, we could use bricks. There's quite a lot of clay about. We could do bricks. But again, I'm getting distracted. No, we can do bricks, but we're not going to do bricks yet. We'll do that later when we've built the machines. Let's focus on getting shit done first. So I'm going to make this floor out of birch planks. I'm so terrible at placing blocks in a line like this. I always end up, you know, doing it out of place and having to go back and fill in the gaps. Like that. Oh my god, just... It's probably quicker if I just spam click and then fill in the gaps afterwards anyway. So let's just do that. There we go. God, look at all those achievements. I feel quite proud of myself. Oh, we're out of coal. So I was going to make some torches, but we can't even do that. Ooh, dearie me. Okay, this is why I want to get the machines set up so that we don't need to waste our coal on smelting and stuff like that. Okay, how big is our floor at the minute? 11. By 14. Let's make it 11 by 15. And I think that'll be a good size for us to work with. In fact, we can go a bit further into this area here. 15, 16, 17. Let's do 17. Okay, I completely forgot about our press, by the way. Hopefully that's finished now. There we go, we got plenty of iron sheets, and we are going to move all of this stuff down to our new floor now. I need to get my water bucket so we can actually move this. There we go. Okay, and we are going to move the water wheel to here. Or... what about here? Yeah, that seems like a good spot for it. There we go. Again, it's not going to look very elegant at the minute, but as long as it works, that's what matters. We now need to make 3 more encased fans so that we can get all of our smelting and that stuff set up. So we need 3 of those. There we go. 3 more casings, which is perfect because we got 3 logs right here. We need to make a wrench as well eventually. It's not a massive priority because we can manage without it for now, but we'll definitely need one in future. Okay, there's all our fans. Make a few more rods, shafts, sorry. And then, oh, we'll need a few more cogwheels as well. There we go. Okay. If I've got everything right, we should now be able to start building our smelting array. So let's start with a wheel here. Wheel there. A small wheel here, which will increase the speed. Another small wheel here, which will increase the speed further. Then we go... oh, actually, no. I don't think we need to increase the speed that much for the fans to work, because the fans, I believe, will work at any speed. So all we need to do is get a belt going down here, and then another belt going along here with 4 fans. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. connects up the belt, and voila, we've got our fans. We are ready to start smoking, smelting, cooking, all that good stuff. I'll show you how it works right now. If we grab ourselves a campfire, which we made especially for this, and a depot, and some raw beef. All we have to do is put a campfire in front of one of the fans. Let's go cooking, smelting, washing, haunting. No, let's go washing, smelting. Let's go washing, smelting, cooking, haunting. So we'll cooking here. Ah, I'm on fire. Okay, there we go. So what should happen now is if we put our raw beef on here, that will cook it without using any coal. So literally it just blows hot air and that cooks. There we go. So we never have to use coal ever again for smelting. We can do the same with lava to smelt ores, and if we use water we can do washing as well, and I'll show you how those work in turn. Let's whip up a few more depots first though, so we don't have a repeat of that incident. There we go, so one here, here and here. Oh, we'll need some blocks to put in between as well, so that when we get the lava and stuff down here, it's not going to flow everywhere. Can we make some the stone bricks over there. Let's make a few stone brick walls. They'll do the trick. We only need 5. It looks like there's 5 here anyway. 1, 2... Never mind. 2, 3, 4. A pot. Get some shards from that, or sherds. And 5. There we go. Okay, we'll pop those in between the encased fans, and they'll stop the lava and water from flowing all over the place when we get it in there. There we go. Then we just need another bucket of water. Get some from over here. This little pond. We'll need lava, which we'll head over to the volcano to get that. And we will need a soul campfire as well for haunting, but haunting is less of a priority right now, so let's not worry too much about that. Put water there. So this machine now is a washer, and if we put some gravel in front of it, what it will do is it will wash the gravel, which turns it into nothing. It deleted it. It should make flint. There's like a random chance of it producing flint. It won't produce it 100% of the time. Obviously, we only had 2 pieces of gravel there, so the chances were pretty low. But that is a way to wash. You can wash materials to get other materials. What mods are you using, says iHopey. The main ones are Create, which obviously is all the machinery here. Add Astra, which adds in rockets and stuff like that, so we can go to space. And Farmer's Delight, which adds in loads of cooking recipes and stuff like that. We've also got TheRelaxedMovement, which is what adds all these cool new biomes and stuff like, you know, like that lava volcano over there. That's TheRelaxedMovement, and various other mods as well. You know, all the usual quality of life stuff, backpacks, gravestones, inventory tweaks, etc., etc. If you are in the Discord, I hope I know that you're a member of the Discord. So if you want to, you know, get the full mod list, check the Minecraft channel in the Discord server. All the mods, well, it's a zip file that you can download. And then if you go to CurseForge and import the zip file, it'll just download all the mods for you automatically. I will update the mod pack as I play. There are a few mods that I really want that haven't been updated yet to the version that I'm playing. So I will continually update the mod pack. But yeah, if you're on the Discord server, the latest version will always be accessible on there. Okay, I only need 1 bucket of lava for now for the smelting. But it's good to know that we are pretty close to a decent source of lava. In fact, I think there is an actual lava lake on top inside the volcano. For now, like I say, we only need one bucket, so we don't need to go all the way to the top. I've got my eye on that lava spout there. That seems to be the lowest, the closest to the ground, so let's go for that one. Oh, emus! There's an emu egg! Cool. I think you can cook these. Oh, pumpkins as well. They'll definitely be worth having. Are you going to watch the Minecraft movie? Says Sonkol. Yes, I have got plans to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to go to the cinema to watch it. Or if I might use other means of watching it. But I will probably watch it in some capacity. Oh god, it's dark up here. Like, the blackstone is really dark on its own, so at night it's just 10 times worse. I apologise if you can't see very much right now. If it's any consolation, neither can I. But we're only here for this single bucket of lava, which we have now, so we can go home. One bucket is all we need. We can probably set up a dripstone lava generator at some point as well, so we can get an infinite supply of lava. For now, it's not really that urgent. I should have brought a torch, because obviously I am using shaders, which means if I did have a torch, it would light up the area around me when it's in my hand. But of course, we can't make any torches, because we don't have any coal. What's that glowing stuff up there? That's not lava, is it? Oh no, that's magma. That's magma. I forgot there was an abandoned nether portal right next to our base. There's probably lava up there then that we could have gone to instead, but never mind. Ow. Please don't shoot me, skeleton. Just let me get home. Okay, so I'm going to pop this lava right here, and I'll show you what it does in the morning. Let's go and sleep first. So the lava works as a smelter. So once again, I'm going to take this raw iron that we've got here. Just wait for these guys to die. And if we put the raw iron on this depot here, again, because there's a fan blowing the lava into it, it will turn that into iron ingots without us having to use any lava or coal or anything like that. I mean, technically, yeah, we have used lava, but we're not using any resources up. So that, basically now, we can make any, we can smelt any block, we can cook any block, we can wash any block without ever having to use a single piece of coal. Which means now we only need coal for torches. Which we do need some of, in fairness. We could use a little bit of charcoal for now. Just to make enough to light up the base. Oh, Enderman. There we go. Okay, the important thing is, again, we're not using coal for cooking anymore. We can do all of that with this machine now. Let's put some lights just in the corners. We don't need one in that corner because there's a lava bucket there anyway. But there we go. I think we might actually be able to cook rotten flesh. But I think it just turns into dog food, which is a recipe from Farmer's Delight. Nope, it just disappears. Fair enough. Let's try again, just in case that was a fluke. Oh no, actually, we put it in the wrong place, didn't we? Let's put it here. Is it going to do anything? I mean, there's particles coming out of it, so it's got to be doing something. But what? Okay, let's just leave it. I need to get more food anyway. There's a cow over here, so... Cow. Oh, stay still. Oh, whoops, I've tabbed out of the game. There we go. That's it. Oh, can we get meat from gazelles? I think we can. Let's find out. Look away if you don't want to see mindless violence against an innocent woodland creature. It didn't drop any food, but it dropped its horn. What is that noise? Is that bird? It's a hummingbird. It's that sounds like a car. That's so strange. I mean, I know hummingbirds sound like they're humming. That's why they're called that. But that didn't sound like humming. That sounded like an engine. Oh, there's coffee here. Lovely. Okay, let's cook up some of this. The rotten flesh isn't going to turn into anything, evidently. But we can at least cook up some pork chops. Or beef steaks, sorry. There we go. Right. So what other machines am I going to need create-wise? We're definitely going to need... Well, we've got the mechanical press. We'll bring the press down here. We will need a mixer, a deployer, which means we're going to need brass, which is a whole nother kettle of fish. It's gonna be complicated. Oh, we need more depots as well. Let's make a few more of those. To make brass, we need to go to the nether, because we need to get a blaze burner. There is a nether portal just up the hill in front of us, so we can go and get some from there, which is handy. But definitely we want a press setting up. And in fact, a flywheel controller would be very useful. Not a flywheel controller, sorry, a speed controller. I'll just type in controller. There we go. Rotation speed controller, that's it. But we need brass casings for that. We're going to have to make a blaze burner. They're quite cheap, so it shouldn't take us too long to whip one up. But it's going to be a lot quicker than just stepping up all the gears. You'll see what I mean. So at the minute, what we need to do is step up the gears like this. You have a small gear next to it. You have a big gear and then a small gear. And the big gear the small gear turns faster because of physics. Because of the amount of teeth. There you go. You can see that the gears are spinning faster the more that I add. But it quickly becomes messy, and you quickly end up with a load of gears. And try not to drop any. I should put a trapdoor on top of that, just for safe, just to be safe. There we go. And then... Oh no, actually. Yeah, there we go. So if we extend this belt out in this direction, we can add as many machines as we need onto this now. So we'll add our press here. Again, it's going to work incredibly slowly. Because we haven't stepped it up enough. That's why we want a flywheel controller. But to make a flywheel controller, we need a blaze burner. And to make a blaze burner, we need to go to the nether. Well, actually, no. We don't need to go to the nether to make a blaze burner. We need to go to the nether to fill the blaze burner. Sorry, my hair's a little bit... There we go. Okay, so if I'm just going to quickly go and grab one piece of netherrack from up here at this portal. And while we're up there, we can see how much work the portal needs. Because it will be a lot easier to just fix the portal rather than building our own. But once we got the blaze burner and we can make brass, that's when things will really start to pick up a bit. That's when we'll really be able to get into the more exciting stuff that the Create mod has to offer. If we could get a blaze spawner as well, if we can find a blaze spawner in the nether and fence it off so that we can easily access it whenever we need, then we got an infinite supply of blazes, because we will need multiple blaze burners for, you know, if you want to power steam engines and boilers and stuff like that, diesel generators, you do need to heat them with blaze burners, so we will need quite a lot. Not a single block of obsidian in the chest. Okay, what are we going to need to repair the portal then? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 4 blocks to repair the portal. We can make that by just mixing lava and water. Although we will have to move that crying obsidian out of the way. But at least we've got enough to make a blaze burner now. Get some more beef. That'll do. Oh, zinc. Oh no, this is silver. Okay. Silver's pretty useless, to be honest, apart from a few decorative blocks, but it'll be nice to have it anyway. Right. Silver there, beef there. We should get a crafting table down here as well, so that we're not going back up the hill every 5 minutes. We'll just pop it here for now, I guess. Those iron sheets are done, so we can now make our first blaze burner. All we need to do is go to the nether and actually capture a blaze in it. We're definitely going to need to start thinking about storage very soon as well. Like I say, there will be a separate building for storage eventually, but for now I think we might just get some barrels and put it all down there. Would it be worth searching for diamonds? I don't know. I'm thinking if we search for diamonds, then we can mine obsidian and build our own nether portal. It would be quicker and easier to just repair this one, though. But then again, we would need lava and water for that. I mean, we can do that. I think I said 4 blocks we need. So if we make 4 buckets... That didn't go well. There we go, 4 buckets. We'll fill those with lava. We'll take them up there. Then we'll get 4 buckets of water. And that'll be enough to complete our nether portal. We'll go to the nether. We'll find a blaze. We'll capture it in our blaze burner. And we'll start making, I don't know, diesel or something. Or one of the various other things that we can do with the mod. Trust me, it's a powerful mod. You can do a lot of stuff. I think we're playing on the newest version as well, 6.0, which means there's like packages and delivery stuff now as well. It's just... I can't even begin to explain the Create mod. It's such a big mod that adds so much incredible stuff. You've really got to just experience it for yourself, to be honest. or watch me play it, because it's better to watch than me try to explain it. Anyway, let's grab ourselves some lava. I didn't actually check if there were any lava pools over near the abandoned portal. Not that it really matters. We're here now, so... Oh god, there's quite a fire burning up there. What can we do with this ash, I wonder? There's quite a lot of ash about. I know it's from supplementaries, and it's very common, actually, so we don't need to be collecting it. But I'm just wondering what we can actually do with it. You know, is that a lava pool over there? Let's get a bit more iron as well while we're here. We still need gold as well for a wrench, but we can find that in the nether a lot easier than the overworld. So we'll just do that. Ah, coal! Good, we do need a bit of coal. We don't need it for cooking anymore, but we will still need it for crafting recipes. So it's good to have a bit of a supply. And actually, I think we will need it to fuel blaze burners too, so... So it's worth getting. 34, that'll definitely be more than enough. Okay, where's this other lava source? There, I see it. Okay, we need 2 more blocks of lava. Are there any nearby? I see one down by the water there. But maybe it'd be worth heading... I don't know. I don't want to go near the volcano, to be honest, because it's very steep. It's very hard to climb. If we can find lava closer to the ground, that would be handy. God, there's just iron everywhere. I can't get over how much iron there is in this biome. That's really cool. It's really useful. Ow. Where is it? It's... Oh, you're joking. Okay, I'm not going up there. Oh, there's one there. That's much better. Let's get that one. And then I think For the last bucket, we'll just use the one that we're currently using for smelting. Because we can... Once we get to the nether, we got infinite lava anyway. We can refill it from there. Come on. I think I'm going to have to go in the lava to get the bucket. Nope. Shit. Well, that didn't work. Take the fucking torches out of your offhand, Saul. There, I got it, I got it, I got it! Okay, that was very risky, but I got the lava. Let's head home. Clownfish. Okay, so, like I say, once we're in the nether, lava is no obstacle anymore. We can just get lava from right below us, everywhere. But we will need to try and find the nearest nether fortress, so that we can get a blaze for our blaze burner. Okay, I'm going to grab this lava bucket from here, if I can get near it. There we go. I think we got everything we need to repair the portal now. It's getting dark again, or it will be in a second. Okay, so let's get this thing repaired. We need a bucket there. I'm going to have to go all the way down to fetch water and then come all the way back up again. This is going to take forever. I'm sorry. And obviously it's going to take me 3 times as long to get up as it does to come down. Because, well, for obvious reasons. And I'm almost out of food again. And I've just remembered that we put some fresh steak in front of the smoker and we forgot to take it out. Shit. So there is food waiting for us that we can't get to. Oh, good. We only need 1 bucket of water. That's helpful. Okay, so we got one here. Another one above it. And then the tricky one is this one here. We're going to have to break that block of crying obsidian. And we don't have diamond tools, so it's going to take a very long time, and it won't drop anything. but it has to be done. And also, I think we're going to have to break the block above it as well, because the water has to be directly on top of the lava for it to turn into obsidian. So we need to mine 2 blocks of obsidian with an iron pick. At least jade gives you a nice little progress bar at the top, shows you how broken it is. Okay, there's one. Now the top one. Any second now. There we go. Okay. Let me put a torch down, just so we can see what we're doing. So, all we need to do now is pop some dirt around it. Lava in here. Water on top. And we got a nether portal. Ta-da! We don't have flint and steel. We're going to have to head back to our base to grab that. It's not worth going back for that block of dirt. Just fuck it. Let's go back and get flint and steel. And sleep as well. Okay, we're back. There's the the steak that I forgot about. And there's some silver ingots. Lovely. We'll put some raw iron down as well. Get that smelting. Now we'll get some sleep. And then in the morning we can head to the nether. So we are going to need a bucket, because we're going to need a bit more lava. Just whip up a couple more chests. I'm not worried about chest sorting right now, just dump everything in. We will need to take a blaze burner, so we can capture ourselves a blaze. Excuse me. And obviously we'll need flint and steel to light the portal. There we go. We are ready to go to the nether. So hopefully this will just be an in and out mission. I'm not really too bothered about exploring very much in the nether. We literally just need to go in there, get what we need, and get out. But bear in mind that I am using Incendium, again, like I was using in my previous mod pack, so the nether is going to look quite different to how it looks in vanilla. Lots of new nether biomes and structures and stuff like that, which might make it a bit harder for us to find a blaze, because they only spawn in nether fortresses. Although actually, having said that, I think they do also spawn in one of the new biomes in the Incendium mod. So we'll see. We only need one. We're going to catch it in this blaze burner. Then we're going to come home and torture it for the purposes of producing heat for our factory. I didn't design the mod. Wasn't my decision to make torturing blazes part of the experience, but it is. And it must be done. And we are in. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wow. There's a blaze right there. That could not be more perfect. No, there's a big mosquito. Ah, get off. Jesus. Okay. Welcome to the Nether, I guess. No, not you, not that thing. Okay. God, I forgot how scary the mobs are in Alex's mods as well. There's some really nasty beings about. There's another mosquito. I need a bit of gold. I need to get some gold urgently, because we are going to need a gold helmet or something to ward off the piglins. But I'm not seeing any. Also, can I just say the shaders are doing some incredible work here in the Nether. Once again, I'm using the Mellow shader. I've got lots of shaders installed because I was playing around with which ones I wanted to use for the stream. But this Mellow shader, I think, is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's an upside down... That's crazy. It's an upside down warped forest. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I love that. I love it. Oh! Jesus. That could have been a lot worse. Okay. I really don't want to be here 1 minute longer than absolutely necessary, though. Especially because there's fucking big mosquitoes everywhere. They're sucking my blood. I don't like that the sound effect still plays after they die. So it sounds like they're still nearby. Where did the blaze go? I had my eyes on a blaze. There was a blaze right... Oh, there's a little village. Piglin village. Cool. Okay. Let me get some netherrack, because I'm going to need to... I'm just going to have to jump down there and then use the netherrack to build a pillar to get back up again. Get off! Okay, those things are going to be a real pain in the arse, I can already tell. Whoa, what is that? Oh, it flew into an exploding plant. Lovely. Love that for you. Let's try and get down here, taking as little fall damage as possible. Okay, I see a blaze. I also see a wither skeleton. I also see another mosquito. Okay, these mosquitoes are going to be an absolute nightmare. I can already tell. I just need that blaze. That's literally all I need, is to grab that blaze and get out. Unfortunately, there is a wither skeleton in the way, which is going to make it considerably harder. Or I could just knock him off like that. There's the blaze. We caught one. Let's go home. That's literally all we needed to do. We've captured a blaze. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay, it was back up here to get back to the portal. Oh god, there's a mosquito! No! Get off! You guys suck. I hate you. I mean, you literally suck my blood, which I don't like. I want my blood to stay inside me. Okay, it was definitely... This is the way that we came. I mean, the portal's right there, but... There we go. Okay, let's go home. We got the blaze burner. That is all that matters. Trust me. We don't need anything else. What? Oh! Oh, that's actually really handy. It generated a new portal that's right next to our base. So we don't have to go all the way up the hill next time we need to visit the Nether. Cool. I'm not mad about that, actually. Wait, actually, where is our base? Oh, it was even closer than I thought. So it generated a new portal right there, and our base is here. That's perfect. That could not be more perfect. Okay. Blaze burner. It's literally a blaze in a cage. It's a blaze that's being tortured in a cage to produce heat. Welcome to the Create mod. We are going to need it to power a mixer so that we can start to make brass. So I'm going to quickly... Where's all our andesite? Where's our andesite alloy? Please tell me we haven't run out of andesite alloy. No, it's there. I'm just blind. Okay, so we're going to need a mixer. Or a basin, sorry, which is this. And then how do we make a mixer? A whisk, an andesite casing, and a cogwheel. And a whisk is 5 iron plates and 2 andesite ingots, alloys. Okay, let's go and get these in the press. Oh, that hasn't... Oh, I forgot to get a fresh bucket of lava to replenish this. Okay. Back through our new portal again. That'll do. No. Don't you dare. Jesus Christ. Okay. Those rock giant things, they're awful. They are awful. The sooner we get brass, though, the sooner we can build a flywheel. Not a flywheel. I keep saying flywheel. A speed controller. Once we've built a speed controller, we can step up the speed on this thing, and we can make plates a lot more quickly in future, which is what we want. There we go. So there's our whisk. And there should be our mixer. Ta-da! Okay, let's go to sleep. And what I'm going to do is... We've lost the... We've lost the TikTok stream again. Okay, there we go. Back up and running. So, we are going to need 2 large cogwheels, actually. Let's make 2 of those. So then we're going to want the blaze burner. We're going to want to... Well, we'll actually want to put the blaze burner slightly lower down because the basin goes on top and then the mixer goes on top of that. Then we need our... We'll need 2 large flywheel... 2 large cogwheels. There we go. I don't like that, though. Also, sorry if you're watching on TikTok. The live cut out, so I had to restart it. That seems to be happening a lot more frequently recently. I think maybe the connection just times out or something. Like if I stream for a certain amount of time, the live feed just, you know, TikTok Studio just says, nope, you're done now. Which is the kind of thing that TikTok Studio is known to do. So that is probably why my stream just randomly goes off at a random arbitrary point every time I stream. But it's back up and running now. No, don't set that on fire. I'm just a bit of a loss as to where to put this. I mean, we could put it here, but then the actual basin is way further up in the air, you know, than I really want it to be. Get rid of that. Okay, large cogwheel there. And then another large cogwheel there. I mean, this will actually work out quite nicely. Except for the fact that it's a block higher than I want it to be. But we have got a mixer, and it is working. It's not working fast enough, so we are going to have to step up the speed for it to actually mix for us. But now that we've got a mixer, we can produce brass. And brass is another very important component of the Create mod. We need to heat up the blaze burner and mix together copper and zinc. I don't think we've even collected any copper yet. Let's just have a quick look. We haven't got any copper. Fortunately, copper, very easy to find, so we don't need to worry too much. But we will need to step the speed up as well. Let me just go grab some copper real quick. Then we'll focus on stepping the speed up. Do you stream on Twitch, says Alfie? I don't stream on Twitch, Alfie, no. I stream on TikTok and YouTube. And if you want to see the stream a bit more clearly, if you want to see the game a bit more clearly, I do recommend watching the stream on YouTube instead of TikTok. TikTok is where I do most of my interaction with viewers and stuff like that. But my streams are always on YouTube as well. Like I say, you can see the game a lot better in the YouTube stream. And it just makes it easier for me. The only reason I really started streaming on YouTube is so that I don't have to upload the video to YouTube after I finish the stream. You know, if I just stream to YouTube at the same time, then it automatically saves it as a VOD. So it's a lot easier. Okay, 24 copper. That should be enough to get us a little bit of brass. We do need more zinc as well, actually. I completely forgot that zinc is also a very important resource in this mod pack. I don't know if we can produce an infinite supply of zinc. I don't know if we can make a zinc farm. But I will certainly look into it. At the minute, we've got 2 zinc ingots. That is not going to be anywhere near enough. And we have absolutely none in storage either. It's not the end of the world. As long as we can make our first couple of bits, I think... There we go, that's 2 zinc ingots, and then 2 copper ingots. That should mix. But we do need to put the speed of the thing up first. So, make a large cogwheel. What we can do is get rid of that rod there, that shaft there, sorry. There we go. And then all we need to do is small gear there, large gear there, small gear there. And no, actually, that needs to be a large gear as well, doesn't it? Wait. Yeah, no. That's got to be a large gear. Then a small gear. And then one more large gear. There we go. And then a few shafts. And if that's worked, it should start mixing automatically. Oh wait, we need to heat it first. There we go. We got brass. Ta-da! 4 brass ingots. Okay. First thing that we want to make with them is a speed controller, so let's look that up. 1 precision mechanism and 1 brass casing. Precision mechanisms are a bit tricky and we will need gold. So we should probably start mining for that as well. We should probably just start mining in general, because I feel like we've reached a stage where we can't really do anything unless we get more materials, so I think we're going to have to go do a little bit of mining. We do have a bit of gold in the form of these chest plates, but we don't currently have the machine that we need to decraft them. There is an uncrafting machine that you can use to take stuff apart, but we don't have one, and we won't have one for a long time, so we just got to go mining. On the bright side, this is all looking very good. We got our whole little setup going on quite nicely here. But yeah, to make the rest of the stuff that we need gold and zinc. Now there is a little cave over here that hopefully connects to a bigger cave. That's silver, so that's going to be no use to us. Okay, this looks promising. Never mind, it's a dead end. Okay, where would we find a proper big cave system then? Can we see on the map? Granite caves, we really... Ooh. That looks promising. There really aren't many caves in this area, to be honest. That looks good. That looks quite open. If we can head over there. That looks like it might be a ravine, so that'd be quite handy. But I think this is by far the biggest cave system. Maybe we'll just go to the surface and see if we can find a nice cave entrance. I wonder what the caves are like under the volcano. I mean, if it was realistic, there'd be mantle caves under the volcano. But I don't know how good TheRelaxed is at lining up the above ground biomes with the underground biomes. So I have no idea what's under there really. This could be good. This could be something. Please don't just be a dead end. Oh, hold on. I swear to God, if this is a dead end now, I'm going to be really pissed off. I have no food. Why do I not have any food? Great. I've come mining and I haven't brought anything to eat. And now I'm going to be shot to death by a skeleton. Is that lead? I think that's lead. Okay. As long as I don't get any as long as I don't get hit at all and don't take any damage from anything, I'll be okay. This is bismuth. We can't mine bismuth without diamond. We can't mine uranium without diamond. But we don't need those anyway. We're only here for gold. I think we need to be a little bit deeper. I think this is limestone. Yeah, limestone's a very nice decorative block. Definitely be worth getting some of that in future. I see a diamond. Okay. And I've just taken more damage. Oh, zinc as well. We need zinc. We need all the zinc we can get. Thank goodness we live in a world of zinc. Oh, this wasn't diamond, it was zinc. Well, it's useful anyway. No gold, though, I notice. And I kind of have the feeling that we're not going to find any gold down here. I might have to eat rotten flesh. Oh, wait, there's gold right there. I don't want to eat rotten flesh because it'll give me hunger, which kind of defeats the object of eating it in the first place, but the situation is desperate. I did come here without anything to eat, so... You know, it's a case of needs must. How much gold do we need? In theory, only 1, because you only need 1 gold for a precision mechanism, but precision mechanisms have a habit of failing, so... I can almost guarantee that this piece of gold is not going to be enough. That being said, we really can't be picky right now. I just need to get the hell out of here. And next time we come, we'll actually have something to eat. Because I feel like that's kind of an important thing to bring with you when you're going mining. I don't have anything to build upwards with either, so I don't know how we're going to get out of here. Do you have a cat or a dog? Says Oliver Jurgensen. I don't have a cat. I do live with my brother and his girlfriend who have 3 cats. So technically I have a cat, but they're not like my cats, you know what I mean? I live with 3 cats, but they're not mine. That's the best way of putting that. Oh, come on. Well, that was the worst mining experience I've ever done. Let's go home and get some food. And then try again tomorrow. I know that you're following me, zombie. I can hear you. I could have sworn the gazelles dropped food, though. I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't. Because they're everywhere. We could quite easily eat those. Okay, finally, back in bed. Food. 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 There's an apple. Better than nothing. It really doesn't help much. We got melons. Let's have some melons. Okay, let's go and smelt these down. One raw gold, which we're going to have to turn into a gold plate with the press. The incredibly slow press. There we go. Then we deploy a cogwheel, a large cogwheel, and an iron nugget 5 times. And there's only an 80% chance that that will work. There's a very good chance that the gold sheet will be destroyed, and we'll have to go mining for more gold. So fingers crossed, it actually works. Okay, where did I put the big cogwheels? There. There we go. Okay. Do I need to actually make a deployer, or can I just deploy these? No, we need to actually make a deployer as well. Which needs a brass hand, an electron tube, and an andesite casing. So that's 4 brass sheets and an andesite alloy, which means all of the brass that we've just made we're going to need to use. Fortunately, we've now got enough zinc and copper to make more brass. There we go. This'll all be a lot faster once we really get into the swing of things with this mod. Okay, there's 16 brass. Good. Electron tubes also require quartz, which means we're going to have to head back to the nether real quick, and we're also going to need to make another iron sheet. So we'll just pop that in there. Head back through our portal. We'll only need 1 piece of quartz for now, but eventually, you know, more would be good. No! Oh shit, I forgot about this thing. Oh god, and there's a piglin. We're fucked. We're actually fucked. I should really think before I just go to the nether, just casually, you know? I mean, at least these guys drop pork. If I can kill him... Ow! What, you little shits? Fuck off. Stay away from me. Little gremlins. I'm gonna get killed. Oh! I didn't pick up the quartz! For fuck's sake. That... I need food. I need food. Just before I do anything else, I need to get a decent supply of food. Because this is ridiculous. I'm going to kill some sheep or something. It's nothing personal, I just need to eat. Okay, that's a bit better. 7 mutton chops. If I can get some steak as well. Three pieces, that'll do. Get that cooked straight away. Then we'll head back to the nether, we'll get the quartz, we'll make a deployer, we'll make a fucking brass thing, whatever we're doing. I don't know, there's so much to keep track of. Okay. At least wait till you're back to full health, Saul, before you go through the portal this time. There we go. Okay. Remember, we need just one piece of quartz. That's all we fucking need. Oh, please. Just please. Please, just... Right, that's it. That's all I needed. Just, I'm going home. I don't want any trouble. I literally just needed that one piece of quartz. Let me go home. Okay, that'll do. Fuck off. Right, I'll kill you. Right, come here, you little shit. Don't you dare kill me. Don't you fucking dare. Where gold? I don't have any gold, Retro. This is all the gold I have in the world. I have this sheet and this nugget. Right, what do I need to do now? Sorry, I needed a second there just to... Oh, don't wait, hang on. We need redstone as well. We need redstone as well. We need... How are you, says Jess. Fine. You know, fine. Just okay. I'm a little bit, miffed. A little bit, disgruntled. A little bit inconvenienced, shall we say. But I'll get over it. I'll get over it. Let's just go mining again. We need redstone and more gold. Haven't been on so long. What are you planning to do? At the minute, I'm just trying to not die for long enough to build the machine that I need to build, which is a speed controller. It's not going well though, because I can't find a single cave that actually goes deep underground. I just want one nice big cave so that we can actually start gathering the resources that we need in sufficient quantities, you know? Is that a ravine? Is that an actual ravine, or is it a fake ravine? If that's an actual ravine, that's exactly what we need right now. Aha! No, it's water-filled. It needs to not be water-filled. We need to not... I'm staying calm. It's just a game at the end of the day. This is what we need. This is perfect. Okay. Oh, that's better. This is exactly what we needed. Redstone, perfect. We need some of that. That's enough. We will need more gold. Diamonds! Oh, thank Christ. Diamonds. 4 of them. Ow. I don't care. I got my diamonds. Brilliant. This is perfect. This is exactly the kind of cave that I wanted to find. It's very dark, because it's mostly blackstone, which is dark anyway. If I can just get a couple more gold. Oh, there's gold right here. This is perfect. That will do nicely. I've picked, like, the most dangerous possible route that I could have taken to get back. Ow. But there we go. That'll do. God, does hunger just drain faster? I think it must be a mod. I don't know which mod, but one of my mods must be affecting my hunger, because my hunger definitely shouldn't drain as fast as it does on this difficulty. I am playing on easy difficulty, by the way. Just because I always play on easy difficulty, it's more fun. I don't have to worry as much about enemies and stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like easy difficulty. It feels a bit more difficult than it should, and I'm not sure why. Like I say, maybe there's just a mod that I've got that's making things harder and I wasn't aware that it did. I don't know. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's livable. It's survivable. Ow. Okay, so I'm definitely going to make a diamond pickaxe. Then we can start collecting some of the nuclear craft ores, which are bismuth, uranium. There was another ore that I needed diamond to collect, but I can't remember what it was. We'll find out. Okay, get that gold smelting straight away. We do need sandpaper, which is literally just sand and paper. So, pretty easy to craft. We don't have any sugarcane yet, though, so we will need to find a little bit of that. Some right there. That looks like it might be the only bit of sugarcane in this area, though, so we will want to make sure we replant it. Piss off. I don't have time. I don't have time for your bullshit right now. Oh, there's only 3 pieces, though, which means we won't have enough if we make it into paper to replant. Is there some over this side, maybe? I'm not seeing any. None. There's no sugarcane anywhere. We're going to have to replant it, which means we won't be able to make any paper yet, because we've only got 3 pieces, and that's how many pieces you need to make paper. But we should be we can replant it here, but it won't be able to grow very tall. We'll replant it next to this little pond down here. But that means we're not going to be able to make any paper until that's grown, because we don't have enough. Which means, well, and if we don't have paper, then we can't make the precision mechanism, so we're kind of just twiddling our thumbs until it grows. Does bone meal work on sugarcane? Let's hope so. It does not. Great. Unsworth says, thanks for the Minecraft seed earlier. I found one of those temples in the desert and an outpost. Nice one. Okay, well, there's not really anything else I can do while we're waiting for that sugarcane to grow. I mean, I can make a diamond pickaxe, which we'll need for later, so let's do that. But that's pretty much it. We literally can't do anything else until that sugarcane grows. I mean, we could go for a quick hunt and try and find more sugarcane, but... Oh, actually, maybe we should start on a farm, because I was literally just complaining about my lack of food. Maybe we should start farming stuff. We got coffee beans and coffee berries. They're from 2 different mods. We've also got pumpkins. We got regular seeds, cocoa beans. That's it. But we can start a farm with those easily. Let's make ourselves a hoe and go and start growing some wheat, I guess. We'll grow that down by this pond as well. If I clear some of the trees, this pond actually has a decent amount of space around it. Oh, it's a little fish. What are you? A biad. Cute. So that's from the aquaculture mod. I don't want to kill him because he's on his own. And I'm guessing you will need more than one to replenish the waters. There we go. That's more space already. Lovely. So if we just hoe this ground around here. There we go. Make some pumpkin seeds and pop those here. And then regular seeds around here. Oh, that wasn't dirt. 'Twas moss. There we go. And we can actually grow some... We can bone meal these a little bit just to get ourselves a little bit of wheat straight away. Not even enough to make a single loaf of bread, so that was a complete waste of resources. But we do have 1 pumpkin left, which we can slice up, so that's something. I think we can eat this acorn as well. Tasty. Oh, we got food poisoning. You can't eat acorns, as it turns out. Who'd have thought it? If we make a chopping board, though, we can slice this pumpkin with the Farmer's Delight mod. Oh, that's a crafting table. It's not called a chopping board, it's called a cutting board. We needed 2 sticks, that's where we went wrong with that. Lovely. There we go. Pop that on there. And then we'll go for an iron knife. You can make knives out of pretty much all the building materials, out of all the usual tool materials, but we will use an iron one. What? Stop putting the torch down on it. There we go. And we got pumpkin slicers. Lovely jubbly. Still live, says Dom. I certainly am. I might even go a little bit longer than usual today, just because it's the first mod, it's the first episode in a new series, you know. I want to really make sure that we got a good starting point to work from in the next stream. So I might stay on for an extra half an hour today, just to get a bit more done. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Either way, we have got a decent amount of stuff done already, and it has been a lot of fun getting into the basics of the mod pack. There's way more stuff for us to see in future streams. I'm genuinely really excited for this mod pack. Way more excited than I was for the previous mod pack. I know I've said it before, But I really wasn't feeling it with that mod pack. It just didn't feel like there was enough stuff in the pack to keep me busy. Whereas this one, especially with the create mod and add Astra, this is going to keep us busy for a long time. There's so much stuff we can do. We can go to other planets in this mod pack. That's, you know, it's exciting. Very exciting. I've just realised I didn't make another axe either, so we can't chop down any more trees. Wild bell peppers. Oh, interesting. Let's have some of those. We'll definitely grow some of those back at the farm. We got red pepper. Tasty. I mean, food's food. I'm not going to complain. Sugarcane. I've spotted sugarcane. Oh, there's some right here. Good. Why does it look so real, says Jibs. I am using the mellow shaders. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of other shaders as well, because I wanted to just test a little bit and see which one worked best. I'm very happy with the mellow shader, though. I think it is, like you say, it does provide a very realistic look. But what I was thinking was, I'm going to keep the other shaders for when we go to other planets, because I think it'd be cool to switch shaders when we go to other planets. Like, just to give you an idea, this one's called Insanity, and it's like a really spooky kind of shader. Look at this. This is really cool. I can imagine this looking really cool on the surface of a sort of dark planet like Mercury that doesn't get much sunlight and doesn't have much of an atmosphere. Then there's pastel shaders. Oh, 1 second. Pastel shaders gives it more of a like a sort of pink-ish colour. You know, a nice pastel-y look. This would look really good on a planet with a thick atmosphere, like Venus. You know, we got Bliss. Again, this would look cool on like a Venus kind of planet because it's got like a really thick haze. There's Hysteria. That's another kind of dark, grim one. Wow, look at this one. This would work perfectly on a planet like Mercury. I'm going to switch back to mellow for now. But yeah, you get the idea. I thought it'd be really cool if I keep the other shaders and we can switch shaders when we go to different planets. Okay, we now have, finally, enough sugarcane to make paper, which means it is go time. We're going to make our deployer, we're going to make our speed controller, and we're going to speed up our whole machinery array. It might not look like much right now, but it's the humble beginnings of what will eventually be something much bigger. From this starting point, we will eventually be taking off to space and going to different planets and all that other cool stuff. I'm very excited. Thank you, by the way, Jess, for the Minecraft B and the GG. Very kind of you. Okay, so what we need to do now is mix quartz and redstone. That makes rose quartz. And we're then going to need to combine sand and paper, which makes sandpaper. And we use sandpaper to smooth down the rose quartz. That gives us polished rose quartz. We combine that with an iron plate, which gives us an electron tube. Then we combine the electron tube with an andesite casing and a brass hand, which is 4 brass ingots and 4 brass plates and an andesite alloy. And after all those steps, we get a deployer. Let's pop it here. Oh, maybe not facing in that direction though. Let's pop it here. Oh, there we go. It's deploying already. Let's make another depot. Hold on, need another iron axe. There we go. So make andesite case in there. Whip up another depot. And now we should be able to start making our... what was it we were making? A precision mechanism. We can start making a precision mechanism. So we're going to need plate, large cogwheels, small cogwheels, and iron nuggets. Here we go. So all we do is we pop the small cogwheel in there, and it will deploy it. Then we do the same with a large cogwheel. And then an iron nugget. We repeat that process 4 more times. And if it doesn't break, at the end of it, we should get a precision mechanism. And if you look at the recipe for the precision mechanism as well... Hold on. If you look at the recipe, it says here, like it says here, you have an 80% chance of it actually making a precision mechanism. There's a 20% chance that it will make something else instead. The idea being that it's a very precise recipe, and there is a chance that it doesn't quite work as planned. So sometimes it will turn back into a gold sheet, sometimes it will turn into an iron ingot or an andesite alloy. But you, like I say, you do have an 80% chance of it turning into the actual precision mechanism, which is what we want it to be. It would be quite annoying if our very first one failed, though, so let's hope it doesn't. It didn't. There we go. We got a precision mechanism. We combine that now with a brass casing. Where's our brass? There we go. There's a brass casing. Combine that. And we have a rotation speed controller. Nice one. So, this is going to revolutionize how our factory works. We can set the RPM from here. We can set it to whatever we like. 64 is a good speed. And what will happen now if we plug that into this? Let's just get rid of a couple of bits here. There we go. Okay, if we pop our controller here and then put a cogwheel in the top and then set this to 64. There we go. You can see that is turning a lot faster now, so that's going to be a lot better for us. We are still going to need to... If we put one here, maybe. There we go. Will that work? And then a shaft here. No, not there. Shaft there. No. We need to make a wrench as well. Like, we really... Let's just make a wrench now. So we need 3... Oh, I've just unplugged everything. Okay. Hand crank time. Do it the old-fashioned way. That'll do. Okay, 3 of those, a stick and a cogwheel makes us a wrench, and we can use the wrench to rotate machines like this. There we go, excuse me. And then if we plug this in, ta-da! Wow, that is way Way faster. Good. So we don't actually need to step it up with all these cogs now, because it's spinning fast enough without them. All we need to do is make sure that everything's plugged in. So move this back to here, turn that the other way around. There we go. And put a deployer underneath. There we are. We'll move all of this stuff back a block as well. The only thing is, we might not have enough stress units. And if you don't know what that means, you'll find out in a minute. Oh, my bloody inventory's full as well. Let me just go ahead and dump some stuff that we don't need right now. There we go, that'll do. Okay, blaze, but in fact, no, we'll do the press next. We'll put the press right... We'll put the press... We'll put the press there. Thank you. Okay, that is actually going to be too much stress. I've just... Yeah, that's immediately overstressed. Okay, so what we're going to do instead, slight change of plans, we're going to make some clutches, which require redstone and andesite casings. Okay, and then a lever. There we go. Okay, the way the clutch works is that you can turn it on and off. So, no, oh, never mind. That we've accidentally made a gear shift instead of a clutch. Oh my god, this oh, this is slowly devolving into madness right now. Or I'm slowly devolving into madness, rather. How do I make a... There we go, that's how you make a clutch, right. So now, the way the clutch works is if we put a lever on it, we can turn it on and off. Okay? So if we then put the deployer right here, we can turn the deployer on and off by flipping that lever. So we'll do the same thing here for the mechanical press. We'll have a clutch there, and we'll pop a lever on it. So then both of these can be controlled independently, because if we have them both on at the same time, it will overstress the machine. Until we add more stress units by adding more water wheels and, you know, getting more powerful modes of power, which we will do at some point. Okay, we can extend this belt this way. There we go. Okay, so we've now got a working press as well. Not that it's going to press anything right now, because there's nothing to press. But you can see there, you can see that it rotates when we flip the switch, and when we turn it off, it stops rotating. Good. That's working. Let's go ahead and double the output of stress units from the water wheel. What? There we go. No. And god, we really need to sort this whole inventory mess out. This is a nightmare. We're definitely going to start working on a storage solution in the next live stream. Okay, I'm out of food again already. Deary me. Let's go and see if our farm has got anything for us now. Oh yes, that's looking good. I think pumpkins are probably going to be one of our best sources of food in the early game until we can set up automatic crop farms and stuff like that. We will get radial farms set up. Basically, you can make a machine that just spins around in a circle and harvests plants automatically for you. Very useful. You can do it with trees, you can do it with edible crops, all sorts of stuff. And we will definitely be, you know, doing all that automation and all that other good stuff later on. And if we can get a backpack with an auto feeder as well, then we don't even need to eat. It'll just feed us automatically. Okay, water there. And water wheel there. Okay, 2 water wheels. That should now double the stress units, which might actually be enough for us to have both of these machines on at the same time. It is! We can now have both of these machines... Nope, never mind. That one's not plugged in. Evening, Saul. How are you today, says Harrison. I'm pretty good, Harrison. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay, good. So that isn't overstressed. We can now have both of these machines running at the same time. It's still a good idea to have these clutches here, though, just so we can turn them on and off individually, especially once we plug this back in and all of these are starting to work again, which I'm going to do right now, actually. We need to build a little staircase up to the top here. In fact, we could just move all of this stuff down there. I think I'll probably do that instead. Watch pronoun says horse teeth, she, her. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I think we'll definitely move all this stuff down, to be honest. Okay, if we put a big wheel... Oh... Can we put a big wheel here? We can. Oh! The speed! Look at it go! I think it's... Oh, it's sucking now, though. It's supposed to blow. It's supposed to blow. Get your minds out of the gutter. That's an easy fix, though. We just put a small cogwheel here. And then a shaft here. Connect this by belt. And they should blow again now. Yep, that's working again. Okay. And just to test that it's definitely working again, do we have anything to cook? No, we don't. We have nothing to cook. Do we have anything to smelt? Oh, we can make some glass. Let's make some glass. Okay, so glass here. Sand here, sorry. That should turn into glass, and it should do it quite quickly because we've now increased the speed of the machine. There we go. Perfect. So that's all working as expected. These are working as expected. The only thing we need then is to add our mixer. In fact, one very small thing that I am going to do. I'm going to move this lever around to this side, because then I can move this one block closer. I just think it looks a little bit better if it's one block closer and then everything's all nicely bunched up. And the clutch should go back in there, and we should still be able to control it. There we go. Okay, so that's all working brilliantly. Now we just need to bring the mechanical mixer back down. We also need more food. God, the food... I genuinely have never struggled this much for food in a Minecraft world. There must be some mod that is affecting how quickly I get hungry. I swear. I'm not imagining it. Do you have a big wheel, says Horseteeth. We got 2 big wheels. We got 2 big water wheels powering our setup right there. Excuse me. Ooh. We got 2 big water wheels. Eventually, we will be upgrading to more advanced means of power. We have got the diesel generators mod and the nuclear mod, so eventually we will build diesel power and nuclear power. But for now, the humble water wheel is what we've got to work with. Okay, I need to get my mechanical mixer, blaze burner, basin, mechanical mixer, and let's make a couple more conveyor belts. There we go. And that should be ready to get back to work now if we pop our blaze burner here. Basin on top, and then mixer on top of that. And how did I do it before? Did we have... yeah, wheel here. And then a wheel there. And then... I mean, it's not going to look the most elegant, but we can use a belt to connect this up here. There we go. And our mixer's working again. So now let's just test. Yeah, okay. So this is a problem. If we turn even a single one of these machines on, it overstresses the whole network. So we are going to need to put a clutch somewhere else as well. We could put one... yeah, we could put one here so that we can control the... so that we can turn the encased fans on and off. I think that might be worth doing. So we'll remove these. Pop this here. And then do this. Again, it's not the most elegant looking thing, but it works. And now if we put a lever here, we should be able to turn this on and off. There we go. The only problem is, though, that lever is all the way around the back, and this is not really the kind of machine that I want to be turning on and off. I'd rather have this machine permanently working. So what I'm going to do instead is we'll just put this back in, so this is going to be working permanently, and we'll put a clutch here for the mechanical mixer instead. If we extend the belt like this, and then a big cogwheel there, a big cogwheel on top, there we go. Move that one. Oh, but then where do we put the clutch? I mean, we could put the clutch on top. But then it's going to be very difficult to reach the switch. So we definitely don't want to do that, actually. This is going to be a little bit tricky to get set up the way we want it. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's move this. Let's put the clutch... oh, we can't put it right there. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on, I've got an idea. Let's do this. And then let's put the clutch here. And then that's fairly easy to reach. That lever's fairly accessible. But now we have to fit the mixer into this area, which is going to be a pain in the arse. Let me go. Let me just go and sleep quickly so we can see what we're doing a little bit more clearly. We're nearly there. I've nearly got it how I want it. Okay. What we will do is, what if we replace this with a small cogwheel and then put a large one here? That'll slow it down, but this should still work if we put another one here. And then the actual mechanical mixer. No, wait. No, that can't go there. It's got to go here. There we go. Right. Can I please place the... Please let me... No, not there. Just let me place it where it needs to be. There we go. Okay, so if I flip this lever now, that turns that on and off. Perfect. That's what we want. Then the mechanical mixer can go right here. There we go. Blaze burner. Depot. Basin, sorry. And it's ready to go. Good. Perfect. Brilliant. Fantastic. That's all. That's pretty much all the basic equipment that we need for the create mod. Again, there is a lot more. There's a lot more stuff that we will get to eventually, but I don't think we need anything else right now. No, I think we can make maybe a sawmill would be quite handy as well. They're really cheap to make, so we can whip one of those up, no problem. But now that we got everything up and running how we want it, this is a good time for us to test the machine. So what else do we need for a sawmill? One iron ingot, one casing. Okay. 3... Was it 3 or 4? I think it was 3 iron plates. Oh, hold on. There we go. And you can see that that works a lot faster now as well, which is great. Where's my crafting table? I've moved... I'm going to... Before we end the stream as well, I'm going to bring everything down so that it's easier to access everything. Not that. Not that. Thank you. Okay, there's the sawmill. There we go. That, I'm sure that's incredibly safe and it's not going to hurt me if I jump up into it. Oh, no, it doesn't actually. Okay. Ow, it does. It does if you run at it. If you run and jump into it, it does cut you. But it won't cut me if I... No mind, it will cut me if I jump from straight under it. Okay, that's going to be incredibly dangerous. I already know that I'm going to hit my head on that repeatedly, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So in fact, what I'll do instead is I'll bring that down as well. If we... What if I put a large cogwheel here? Excuse me. And then one here. There we go. And then a sawmill there. There we go. That doesn't look very good, though. It's a bit too out of the way. So let's try... what we can do is we'll put the big cogwheel here, and then we'll have a few shafts, which we'll need to make more of. There we go. 1, 2... In fact, 1 will do, to be honest. Then a large cogwheel there. a large cogwheel here. And the sawmill on top. And there we go, we got a working sawmill. Perfect. And if we pop a jungle log on there, you'll see that it strips it for us. So if we had this stripping the logs and then had a deployer next to it to deploy the andesite, we could automate the production of andesite casings, which is definitely something we will do in future, because we'll need quite a lot of them. But I think that definitely is all of the basic machines that we need. So, to finish off the stream, let's move all of our equipment down here, and we've got everything in one place. Turn that off. Watch pronoun says horse teeth, she, her. Once again, thank you for asking. Oh, this is a great opportunity for me to show you another really cool mod that I've got. It's called Carry On, and basically it lets you pick up chests, even if they're full, and move them about. You can only move very slowly while you're holding the chest, but it makes rearranging your storage area way, way easier. I mean, look at this. Instead of having to bring everything down here by hand, I could just carry over the whole chest. That's such a cool mod. Genuinely. It's such a simple but useful thing, you know? STFC says, how you been? I've been pretty good, STFC. How you been? There we go. And one, that's 3, and then there's one more. And then last but not least, oh, let's, I was going to say let's pick all this stuff up as well, but I've forgotten my pickaxe, so let's not. There we go. Okay, pickaxe, not my diamond one. Let's not waste it. Stone. Oh, I do have an iron one. There we go. Okay, so all we need to do now is pick up the crafting table and other bits and pieces that we've got up here. And the bed. I'll probably move the waystone as well, actually. If we just put it right in the center or right next to the base so we don't have as far to travel. I'm not actually going to bother putting my furnace and smoker back down. We are literally never going to need them again. We can do everything we need with these machines here. We literally do not need a smoker or a furnace anymore. I will put my crafting table down, though. We still need those. Let's put the bed behind. There we go. Trucking Tuesday tomorrow, says Skyrack. Yes, I am going to be playing some more Euro Truck Simulator tomorrow, back on Truckers MP. Looking forward to more of that. Okay, and I will pop the waystone just here. If I can spell. There we go. And there we have it. It is only 6:10, so I'm just trying to think what else we could do to finish off the stream. We have achieved everything that I wanted to in today's stream. We have all of the basic create equipment set up, which is really great. I'm glad that we actually did manage to get this all done today. But obviously, there's so much more to do as well. I'm really genuinely excited for everything that this mod pack has to offer. It's going to be so much fun. In fact, maybe we should have a look at getting some farms set up, some automated radial farms. We will need to make windmill bearings. And oh, we'll also need glue. which is a little bit tricky to come by. Where's the knife? Where's my knife? There. There we go. Let me just make sure I've got all my usual tools in my hotbar as well. Axe, pickaxe, sword, shovel. Knife can go back on the chopping board. Wrench for create, and some torches. There we are. I will do some off-camera just chest sorting, because I always do that sort of stuff off-camera, but we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty damn well. Okay, now, unless I'm very much mistaken, we can make slime, which we need for glue, with dough. Yeah, all we need to do is dye dough green. So we get dough and lime dye, and we can make slime balls, and then we can use the slime balls to make glue, and we will need glue to build our rotating radial farm. So, where can we get green dye? Are there cacti in Badlands biomes? I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to go and find out. We only need one, then we can start our own cactus farm. Unless there's anywhere else we can get green dye. Let's have a quick look. We can get one from a green bell pepper. Or we could use a crushing wheel, but they're quite expensive at the moment. We'll probably not get those for a while. Or we can mill. We can use a mill. Green tea leaves? Okay. We actually have some tea leaves. We can make green dye that way. That's handy. So tea leaves and a shovel. We got green dye. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. And we got some matcha from that as well. Okay, green dye plus white dye, which means we need some bone meal. We don't have any bones. Great. Which means we're going to need to make a composter. Everything I do, I have to take on 50 steps to achieve it, you know? Are you joking? Thank you. Okay, white dye, lime dye. Then we just need the dough. Which is just a water bucket and wheat flour. That's water and wheat flour in a mixer. How do we get wheat flour? With a mill. Okay, so we are going to need to build a millstone as well. I knew that I'd forget something. Millstone seems pretty easy, though. Does it need to be smooth stone, or can we do that with cobblestone? Only one way to find out. And the other thing was a cogwheel, of course. Small one. Okay, cogwheel and a sight casing, cobblestone. It has to be smooth stone. Not to worry. Whip one of those up nice and quick. There we go. Okay, there's our millstone. Where can we put the millstone? We might have to hand crank the millstone for now. So let's just pop it here. There we go. Never mind. I can't even place blocks, man. Okay, and then to make the wheat flour, we just need to crush wheat in the millstone. Okay. There we go. Advancement made, embrace the grind. Lovely. Okay, that'll do. We then combine that with water in a mixer, so we will need to get some water. Did ETS2 have an update recently, says STFC? Yes, it did indeed. There is a new version of Euro Truck Simulator out. Version 1.54. It did break Truckers MP for a little bit, but they have already released an update for it, so you should be able to play Truckers MP with the latest version. And turn that on. There we go. There we go. There's our dough. We combine that with green dye. That makes slime. And then we combine that with, I think, an iron nugget and an iron sheet. Okay. And we can make 2 tubes. We got enough to make 2 tubes of glue. Oh, no, we haven't. We've got enough. We've only got enough for 1. Ignore me. Okay, there's our glue. That is going to come in very handy for quite a few things in this mod. Basically, if you want to build any multi-block structures, any multi-block contraptions, you will need glue to hold it all together. Okay, will I have time to do the windmill stuff as well? Diorite, slab, and a shaft. Yep, that's so easy. Or it would be if we had any of the necessary blocks, which we don't. Let's grab a bit from over here. We only need 1 windmill bearing. Or we'll need to make harvesters as well, though. And we need wool to make the windmill blades. Oh. See what I mean? Everything has so many extra steps. But it's worth it. That's what I like, though. It means that it will actually take us time to do things. We're not going to get everything done straight away and then have nothing else to do. Okay, we got 4 wool. That should be more than enough, really. Where's our andesite alloy? We haven't used it all up, have we? I think we might actually be out of andesite alloy. Great. Which means we need even more andesite. Definitely, I think an andesite farm is going to be a high priority in the near future. Maybe even in the next stream, we'll see. What was I doing? Oh, zinc. Yep. There we go. And combine that with 2 blocks of... No, 1 block of wool. Makes a white tablecloth, apparently, but we want to make a windmill blade. Okay. We're going to need quite a bit more than that. This is going to get expensive. I don't think we're going to get the radial farm set up today. We're going to need way more time to do that. But at least we've laid the groundwork. We've actually done pretty well in today's stream. We got things set up. We've finally got the basic equipment that we need for the Create mod. There's a lot more stuff to explore in future, and I'm very much looking forward to doing all that. But for today, I think we've done pretty much as we are going to get done. That being said, before we finish up, let's just do a very quick test of the windmill just to make sure it works. So all we do is pop our windmill bearing here. We pop our sails like this. And that should be it. Oh yeah, we need to apply the glue. Okay, so then we add our glue. And now when we right-click on it, nothing happens, as you can see. Great, love that. There we go. Okay, so that's a windmill. The more blades we add, the faster it will turn. You can build them like traditional windmills as well, but these vertical ones work very well for crop farms, because all we need to do is attach a harvester to one of these sails, and then as the windmill rotates, the harvester will go around, and then we just pop that on some farmland, and it'll automatically harvest the crops for us. It's very, very useful contraption to have. But as I say, unfortunately, we don't have time to actually see that in action today. We got other things. Well, no, we don't have other things to be getting on with. We actually have to end the stream because I've been going for nearly 3.5 hours. Like I say, I think we've reached a pretty decent place to stop for today. We've gotten off to a very good start. I will obviously sort the inventories and stuff like that off camera, but I won't do anything else off camera. I've got a solo world in this game anyway that I can just play at my leisure, and I'll save this world for when we're actually streaming. But let's just quickly sleep. And then before we finish the game, just to appreciate one more time, here is what we have built today. So we got off to a pretty good start with the create mod. We got all our fans there for smoking, smelting, and washing. We still need to get a soul campfire so we can do haunting. We got our deployer, mechanical press, our sawmill, and our mixer. We have all the basics that we need to really get stuck into the create mod. And that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to really dive into the mod and start to build more and more exciting and complicated stuff. And then we'll be able to start looking at Ad Astra as well. Let me just show you in the menu just how much stuff there is in Ad Astra. There's all these kind of rockets and stuff like that that we need to build. It's going to be a long, long time before we actually go into space, but that is the eventual plan. This is really just the humble beginnings of what's yet to come. I'm so excited to really get stuck into this mod and build some really incredible stuff. But that is where I'm going to have to leave it for today. So before you go away, let me just switch over to my big cam and say a few words as always. There we go. Okay, let me just do the same on OBS for anyone who's watching on YouTube right now. There we go, and let's get some music in here. And there we go. Okay, sorry that the camera has gotten a bit dark. There we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's stream. I've had a very fun time. It's been genuinely, it's been so much fun diving into a brand new mod pack. The previous mod pack, like I say, I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like there was really enough stuff there to keep us busy for a long time. This mod pack, though, there's so much stuff for us to do. I can't wait to build all kinds of crazy machines and launch rockets into space and all that other stuff. This is going to be really fun. So hopefully you have enjoyed watching the first episode of this series. I will be back next Monday for even more Create Ad Astra. And once again, if you want to download the mod pack and play this same mod pack for yourself, please do join the Discord server, and there's instructions on there as to how to get it. Thank you once again for joining. Before we finish up, I just want to say thank you to FB22 for following, and we do have a quick question from Charles Scambler, who says, can you show your setup? If you want to know more about my setup, Charles, there is a video on my profile. It's the second pinned video on my profile. It's a complete tour of my entire PC setup as well as price list for everything. So if you want to know how much it all cost and where I got it all from, please do check out my second pinned video, and that will tell you everything you need to know. Next stream is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be playing some Euro Truck Simulator, and I will be back in Truckers MP, so do feel free to come along and join me for that. Same time as usual, 3 PM BST. Then later in the week, I am going to the Peak District again. I've got another trip planned, and I will be recording footage for another video, so you can expect to see another Peak District video coming in the next couple of weeks. Then later in the week, I've got another piano video coming, and I'll probably be streaming later this week as well. In fact, I may well stream Farming Sim this week, because it's been a few weeks since we last played that. So do join me on Friday for that. I don't know what else is going to be happening this week, but at the very least I will be streaming Euro Truck tomorrow, and I'll be posting a piano video later in the week, so do stick around for those. Great stream, says Dagger. Thanks very much, Dagger. If you have enjoyed watching, please do follow. We are so close to 6k now. We just passed 5,900 in today's stream, which means there is less than 100 to go. We only need 96 more followers to get to the big 6k. So please, please do follow if you haven't already. You know, share my videos with your friends, anyone who you think might be interested. If I can reach 6k by the end of April, that would be so amazing. So please, please do help me to get there. But thank you everyone who has already followed. And of course, last but not least, if you'd like to support me financially, please do consider checking out my Patreon, like these fine folks. Thank you very much to Kate, Sophie, Jess, and Daniel for supporting me over there. It only costs £1 a month, and you get access to behind-the-scenes content, as well as getting your name on this board. So thank you, everyone, for supporting me over there. And that is everything. So thank you once again for joining, everyone. I will see you tomorrow for Euro Truck Simulator, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. That's all. Bye-bye. And, of course, bye-bye, YouTube.